An expatriate is a person assigned to serve in a foreign country by his or her boss. The companies are usually referred to as the parent company, while the country of the employment is known as the host country. For example, Toyota sent one of the Japanese executives to handle new technologies in the United States. The executive will be an expatriate, and Toyota will be the parent company, and America will be the host country. Likewise, if an officer from the United States was sent to the Japan or sent from New Zealand to the Singapore, there will be expatriate. Many multinational corporations are sending managers to a abroad country to work in branch office or subsidiaries. Expatriate manager allow the parent company to control its foreign subsidiaries more extensively. We could also boost regional cooperation. Expatriate offer a variety of advantages to the business, including increase of parent command and special abilities. Foreign training is often used as a platform for personal and professional growth and career progression. Fortunately, expatriates are very costly, and this may hinder extensive use of the expatriate. Many businesses have also faced significant high turnover rates, often directly related to the difficulty of the family to adapt. These businesses assign expatriates to their overseas activities. Indeed, expatriates with their needs for the global skill leaders are expected to grow since more companies face global competition. Companies must know the complex relationship between the staffing and output and what these relationships are vary over time.
The first process is selection and criteria. The responsibility is on the hiring manager to ensure that cultural compatibility is one of the determining factors to awarding an expatriate assignment. Without fully understanding this component, the expat assignment may be doomed to fail. The second point is cross-cultural training. The environment and culture where an expat is going is an important factor for an expatriate. The selector of the expatriate should always consider the factors of culture for the expatriate, although these factors does not guarantee for an expat for his successes, but if these factors are not considered, it can lead it towards the failure of an expatriate. The culture is considered that it is always important to study the host state's dimension for cross-culture and entrepreneurial dimension, as these researchers explain them in detail. The third point is technical ability. All expatriates are assigned abroad to complete some task, whether it's building a dam, running some business, or teaching. It's all depend on the personal technical ability to perform the task. Obviously, it is important to consider the individual personal ability to perform the required task and assigned to the expatriate. Family requirement is the fourth point, composed of 5 criteria: marital status, children, spouse attitude, spouse employment, and spouse adjustment. It is always important for the HR department of M&E to consider the personal life of an expatriate, so the contribution of the family, particularly spouse, can play an important role for the success of an expatriate for the completion of its international assignment. Fifth point is culture requirement. The host country may be an important determinant. Some region and country are hard to adjust, like the remote areas away from the cities or the war zone country, and nowadays there are some countries which are not safe as far as terrorism.
First is lower cost of living. This is one of the most attractive reasons why more people are choosing to relocate. As costs like fuel, property, transportation, and managing a business become less affordable in the Western country, it may seem more appealing to start life anew elsewhere. Depending on where you go, the price of commodities may be lower, and it might be easier to relax come your retirement age. Second is wide availability of international service. Nowadays, it's not hard to procure services that are tailor-fit for the expat life, such as international health insurance coverage. Services like this assure you of the excellent service standard you've experienced in your home country. That means that you and your loved one can acclimatize in the healthiest, happiest, and the safest condition possible. Third, blossoming local culture. For sure, one of the best things about being an expat is getting to engage with a new local culture. You'll be able to learn a new language, partake in delicious local cuisine, and go on an exciting vacation in a new landscape. the quality of your life will be richer than it was before.
Okay, we're gonna move to the next part, which is the issue about the expatriate. Okay, expatriate is a person who is going out from their home country to do their exercise. Okay, surely when a person going out from their home country, there will be an issue. So the issue is culture shock. Culture shock is a sense of confusion and uncertainty feeling about other culture. Okay, this happen when the expatriate arrive at the host country. They will see many differences. Example is home country is Malaysian and host country is Japan. So in Malaysia, they usually using the water to wash themselves, while in Japan they are just using toilet paper. So Malaysia will be culture shock in Japan because there is no water to clean themselves. Okay, for culture shock, there are 5 stages. The first one is honeymoon stages, where the expatriate having fun, think there are many things to do. Second stage is the distress and anxiety stage, where all of the fun things start to fade away for them, and they start to doing other things that are not relevant as an expatriate. The third one is adjustment stage, where they slowly started to know about the country, but still there is some difficulties. The fourth stage is the adaptation, where they already know and recognize the country, the host country. And the fifth stage is the re-entry shock level. Okay, re-entry shock level is where the expatriate feel something wrong with their home country because they are already comfortable with the host country. Okay, that's all.
Next, the challenge about the expatriates. They will face 3 problems, which is personal support issues, financial issues, and healthcare issues. As we all know that the expatriates will be working alone at other country. This will lead to a lot of motivational effects toward the individual to maintain his performance there. On personal support challenge, the worker may have difficulties to express his feelings or problems to get emotional support. Emotional support is important to individuals to make sure that they keep motivated to face problems and contribute to the company. Next is the financial problems. Financial problems are some major problems when a person from a third country moves to the developed country, which the living expenses is quite high, and need to support his family expenses at home countries such as house rental, monthly bills, daily expenses for family and school fees. The last one is healthcare. At developed countries such as US and UK, it's hard for foreigners to get medical support, especially at the government hospital. If a person facing accident or injuries, the cost will be high and it will be an issue for the person that didn't have insurance and financial support, especially from the firm, to get the best treatment there.
In conclusion, Expatriate was one of the ways for the company to make sure that their company vision or mission can be delivered and monitor when they decide to send an expatriate abroad. As a recommendation, to send an expatriate was a good move for the company, but maybe can make a rotation to make sure that the representative can stay productive and not stressed or hire from local people due to they really know their environment and how to control all the workers there. Some of the country they have strict regulation by hiring local. They are more understand due to they are growing there.
Hi, my name is Amir Zulkarnain bin Zainal Abidin. So I'll be explaining about the process of choosing this component of the expat assignment.
Then
Is the healthcare. At